Hello students. Today we'll start practice set 3.4. Question number 1. Question number 1 is, see all, pay attention in your textbook, page number 43. So, question number 1 is, in figure 3.48, point A is on the bisector of angle XYZ. So, if you observe the figure, XYZ is the angle, point A is on the bisector. This is the bisector and A is on the bisector of angle XYZ. And if AX is given 2, so this is given 2 and then we have to find AZ. So I have drawn the figure here. So this is given 2 and we have to find here. So we'll write given that point A lies on bisector of angle XYZ. Then we'll write point A. See, if it is a bisector, then what theorem will apply? We'll apply the theorem angle bisector. So here, by the angle bisector theorem, we can write that point A is equidistant. Point A is equidistant from ray, equidistant from the sides of triangle. So from ray XY and ray YZ, and this is what? This is by angle bisector theorem. So this reason you have to mention there. Therefore, if it is equidistant, equal distant from XY and YZ, therefore we can say that this AX is equal to AZ. But what is given? AX is given to 2. Therefore AZ is equal to 2. Now this is given in centimeter, so we'll put centimeter unit, and if the unit is not there, you have to write. Okay student, so this way you have to write the first. Now let's see the question number 3. Question number 3 is, in triangle PQR, PQ is given 10 centimeter, QR is given 12 centimeter, PR is given 8 centimeter. Question is, find out the greatest and the smallest angle of the triangle. So we have seen already all the theorems. So according to the theorem, that is side opposite to the greater side. See here the theorem. What theorem will apply? Will apply inequality property, that if the sides of the triangle are unequal, then the angle opposite to the greater side is greater than angle opposite to the smaller side. So this theorem, see students, you will learn all the theorem statements perfectly so that you can apply this theorem in the sum. So now we'll solve the third sum. So in triangle, so we'll write in triangle PQR. What is given? PQ is given 10 centimeter, QR is given 12 centimeter, PR is given 8 centimeter. This is all what? This is all given. So according to this measurement, if you observe, this QR is the greatest one. So I'll write QR is greater than PQ, because PQ is 10, lesser than this, and lesser than this is PR. So PR. And just now I have shown you the theorem. According to that theorem or the property, we will say that opposite to QR, what will be the angle? The angle will be P. P is greater than PQ side is there, so opposite angle is R angle. So angle P is greater than angle R is greater than angle Q. Why? Because angle opposite to greater side is greater. So this way you will apply the theorem. Now according to the question we'll write the answer. Question is what? Find out greatest and the smallest angle. So from this, P is the greatest angle and Q is the smallest angle. So here we'll write therefore angle P is the greatest angle and angle Q is the smallest angle. Okay student, so this completes our third one. Now we'll see question number 5. Question number 5 is prove that an equilateral triangle is equiangular. Lateral means side and angular means angle. So here we have to prove that if the equilateral triangle is given, that is also equiangular, means all the angles are equal. If the sides are equal, that we have to prove. So for that I have drawn one triangle here, triangle PQR. So given will write. So in the given, see, I can see triangle PQR. So I'll write in triangle PQR, PQ equal to QR equal to PR, because equilateral means all the sides are equal. So this is our given. What to prove? To prove, we have to prove that angle P equal to angle Q equal to angle R. Now how to prove? For that we'll write proof. Now let's start. This is our main part of the theorem. So here see, in triangle, introduction of the figure. Figure name is PQR, so we'll give the introduction. In triangle PQR, we can say that side PQ is congruent to side PR. If you observe, PQ is congruent to PR by the identical marks I have shown. So if the sides are equal, their opposite angles are equal because of the isosceles triangles theorem. Isosceles triangle theorem, we have seen it previously, that the angles opposite to the congruent sides are equal. So here if PQ is equal to or the congruent to PR, the angle opposite to PQ is R and angle opposite to PR is Q. So these two angles are equal. Therefore we'll say that angle Q is congruent to, because of the isosceles triangles theorem. Here we'll give equation 1. Now we'll say one more pair will show. Here I'll show QR and PR. So I'll write side QR is congruent to side PR. This is given. Here also given. So if these two sides are equal or the congruent, their opposite angles are congruent. So opposite of QR angle is P and opposite of PR the angle is Q. So we'll write angle P is congruent to angle Q. Again the same reason, isosceles triangle theorem. This is 2. Therefore, from equation 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, see if you observe 1 and 2, Q and R is congruent, P and Q is congruent. So this Q is common. So we can say P is congruent to Q is congruent to R. So from 1 and 2, we can say that angle P congruent to angle Q congruent to angle PQR. Therefore, now if the all three angles are congruent, that means the triangle is an equiangular triangle. Therefore, triangle PQR is an equiangular triangle. So, this completes our three sums. Thank you.